Hey, this is Prentice here. And last time we talked about your comfort zone. And uh, the way that relates to training is that we all have limits and we all have things that we know internally that if we went to that place, it would really push us beyond our limits. And in the scope of your training, that's okay. That's how you improve. You want to put a stress on your body, whether that's a weight, whether that's a volume of training that you're doing, a number of repetitions, or whether you're training your endurance or anything like that. So you want to take your body out to a limit and then kind of back off and relax. And over the course of time, again, you keep pushing the limits of that zone until you start to make major improvements. So, another aspect of your goal setting that we want to talk about is the types of goals that you can set. And I'm going to focus on one that really creates a fitness lifestyle for you. And that's what we're going for. So, one way in which we can set goals, and it's very important, you don't want to neglect this step, is we all want a particular outcome, especially when you're into fitness products. You want to lose weight. Some of you may want to build muscle, and that's something that we can measure. You want to lose 10, 20 pounds, whatever that is. You want to put on a couple pounds of muscle. Our goals are centered around aspects of performance, which is also an important skill. We want to lift a certain amount of weight. We also want to run or do some activity in a certain time for those of you who are interested in racing. So you have those aspects of the goals. And so the challenge sometimes lies in once you get that goal, what's next? You lose the weight, you make your time. What's next? And for some of us, for some people, this is very easy. You go ahead and recalibrate and you set the goal, especially those of you who are involved in sport functions, whether you're still competing in, or you go and challenge yourself with races and that sort of thing. You rest, recalibrate, and get ready for the next event. But for those of you who are just interested in looking and feeling better, what's next? Once you hit your goal, once you hit that outcome. So we want to talk about goals from the standpoint of the process. Everything we do has a set of behaviors, a set of actions attributed to it that when you repeat them over and over, it gets you to where you need to go. So if your outcome, for example, is you want to lose 20 pounds, well, there's some things that go with that. Okay, so first of all, one behavior that you're going to acquire is you're going to now start to stock your refrigerator with healthier foods. So fresh fruits and vegetables. One thing that I like to get, and probably because my daughter eats them, it's a good way for me to get her vegetables is to steam or buy the steamers. So you may want to do that. You may want to get your lean protein sources. If you're pressed for time, you want to make sure that if you do have a grab-and-go lifestyle, that you have a little more control of what you're grabbing, so you don't want to automatically head out to the fast food place. So you're going to stock your area with healthy foods, and then you're going to pre-prepare your foods to help you to that goal. Another behavior that you can have when your outcome is centered around physical performance, whether that's weight loss or building muscle, is you're going to need proper rest. So that means turning your devices and television off an hour before before your predetermined bedtime, so that you're sure that you're getting enough rest. You may want to pack your bag to schedule gym times, or make sure that that is written in your appointment booklet like you would have any other appointment. And as a parent shuttling kid around to various activities, her enrichment activities, I need to be mindful of myself as well, my self-care, and I need to schedule an appointment with myself on the mat, whether that's in my garage, weight training, or going down to have someone teach me martial arts. So that's the idea. Get your outcome or performance goal and think about all of the steps that you'll need to take to make that happen, whether that's eating healthier, getting the proper sleep, scheduling your training times, making sure that you get into groups. These are getting into groups that will help support your goal. These are things that over the long term, it will help you turn fitness into less of an outcome. And don't get me wrong, I still say outcomes are important, very important. It's how you measure your progress, you measure your success. Outcomes are very important, but the behaviors that lead you there make your fitness a sustainable venture. These are steps that you can repeat over and over and over. So when you have to set new goals, it's not like you're starting over again. One other tip for creating these goals: when you make any changes in your life, make sure that you are only making one change at a time. Make sure you own that. And then do something else, add something else into the mix. I don't want you to be overwhelmed ever, because that's a good place to go when you want to quit. Start doing a bunch of changes at once, get overwhelmed. You'll never want to do that again. That's something that I can guarantee. So just make one change. Once you own it, add something else. Keep adding these behaviors until you completely transform yourself. Okay, so that's it for now. Make your outcome goals, make your performance goals, and think about the process or the behaviors that you need to add to make all those things happen. Do a little bit at once, do a little bit, and then add more as you start to own the steps, and you'll be on your way. So please feel free to share or like this video and leave comments. And you can also reach out to me on Twitter at Coach_P Rhodes, and you can hit me on Facebook at Functional Fitness Over 40. And we'll talk to you soon.